Okay, well, what we have here is an experiment. This is my Alpha-2 smoke extractor. Actually, smoke extruder is what we're going to call it. And I had a few leaks and some other changes and tune-ups from the first test. I did get smoke, but it took a while. What I'm feeding is 5 volts to the fan and 5 volts to the heater, and we're only monitoring it with a probe on the lid. And the probe on the lid does not have a very clear shot at everything because of all the Kapton tape. But I had leaking around the sides. This was the first mostly handmade assembly, so there were a lot of rough edges that I had to try to accommodate. But we are, as you can see, we're getting up to 45 degrees. The fan is on low, 4 volts. Here comes the heat. Here comes the smoke. The fan's on, the smoke's coming out the sides. Okay, there's a fix for that. Not right away though. All right. I don't know if I can contain it in any way, or am I going to have to just say that's what we get. It looks like I can't contain it. Okay. I'll have to get out my, it's like a paste, it's a red paste, high temp gasket sealer, and line the edges and put the lid back down. That'll take me a few minutes, so I'm just gonna pause this and come right back and see what we can do better. Well, I got it. You can see it sticking out the sides there. I just kind of did a mash job. We'll see what it gets to. We're at 55 degrees already. I don't see any smoke. Yeah, I do. It's coming out the stack. It's coming out the stack slightly. It's going to increase. It's not, there's a small leak on the side, but not much. Maybe mostly coming out the stack. You can just see it against my printer over there. Right. You can't really. Right there, right there, right. Anyway, it's coming out. We're at 72 degrees. Let's see how it goes. I moved my temperature sensor. I think it's on, let me see if it's on the right thing. Yeah, it's good. It's right on the lead of the left side of the heater, so it should be getting a pretty good indication of the heat. It says we're at 70. I moved it so it's new and got a different probe now. We're getting some smoke. Now it's more prominent. You can see it a little more there. It's right there, coming up. And that's a lot of air. That's 5 volts is way too many. So it's probably going to be a disastrous result. There you can see it a little better if I back away, huh? Printer is a great backdrop for that. My transformer is not though, is it? There we go. There you go. 75 degrees. Usually 80, 85, we start getting it. 90, 95, it's just really good. It's a slow crawl. At 5, I'm at 5 volts. Usually I'm at 5.5, and then I bring it down to 5. So this is why the heat is taking so long to warm up. But the leaking, I can barely see a little leak here and there, but it's not that bad. We're getting most of the smoke out the front, which is the idea, right? That's supposed to go out the front and then out up the stack and all that. 78 degrees. You see the thermometer over there, 80. Now when I say 80, I want you to realize that's not F, that's C, so it's a heck of a lot hotter. I'll show you what it is in, it's 175 F Fahrenheit, 175 Fahrenheit. So it's 780, 78, so it's about double. Okay. So it's 175, we're going to sway to 200. It's a plume, it's a tiny plume. I wonder if there's a restriction in there. Maybe maybe the angel hair has gotten mushed around a little bit. The stack is in the right place. I mean, the heater. Sometimes you push too much air in, it's too fast, and if you slow it down, you get a better flow. I think the next move is I'm going to put the fan on a potentiometer that I can dial the speed down. That may help us see what we have. Oh, wow. 81, 82. You know, with 5 volts fan and only 5 volts heat, I may not get to the optimum. Just thought of that. The fan may be cooling it down too much. Don't know. And the thermistor isn't really controlling anything because it's not hooked up in this particular. It's hooked up, but it's not turned on in this test. This is all manual. This is just to see if the thing will smoke. Oh, okay. We can agree it smokes, right? I should check that airway and make sure there's no piece of plastic down in there restricting it in some way. There was a lot of drilling and filing and sanding in this process, so it's possible I've got something in there, but it looks like a pretty good steady. We just don't have very much smoke. We got a lot of airflow, which is a good thing. Oh boy. Well, I'm going to take a short break, try to slow it down and turn up the heat and see what happens. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, yeah, that made a big difference. It looks like there's a leak, but it's actually coming off the, it's hitting on the probe and bouncing off, but that's pretty much, I can't say there's any leaking. Oh yeah, I see it right back there. There's a slight leak off the back side. Okay, but most of it, as you can see, is coming right out the top, which is where we want it. I'm doing 3.5 volts, which is still too high. I can try to turn it down a little more, see if we can get a little better. We're only at 78, so the heat's not doing too much yet. I can do this long distance left-handed without my eyes. There we go. Almost silent is what you want. Try that. It's a pretty good smoke. I mean, pretty good. That's really good smoke. And the beauty is, I've taken 2 short blocks of angel hair and put them together inside the chamber, and then I run the tail of it out the front, roll it up, stick it. This is the reservoir in here, so there's a big old blob of angel hair soaked in oil there, and that oil will wick. As this gets dried out from the smoke, the oil will wick up, just like in a lamp, up to the heated, dried portion. Yeah, I can see there's a leak. It's right in the front. It looks like it's a screw hole that I didn't, or a perf hole I didn't seal. Easy to do. That lid will be a solid PCB when we're done. Boy, look at that. There's a draft. This basement has a lot of airflow around here for some reason. And it always seems to go right up my nose. That's pretty good. I would say that's pretty good. With a puff and then a relax and a puff and a relax, I think that would create a good situation. I wonder if I can find this piece here and do anything with it. If I can. See that? I'm pulling the ground up and down at 3 volts. So if you had a puff, that's what you would be getting right now. I don't think anybody complained about that. I can't stay in the same hole. There we go. That's a chuff. No, it slipped over into the wrong side. Okay, there we go. And the temp was climbing. I noticed that. I got up to 95, just dropped to 94 when I plugged it in for the steady stream. So we're going to have temperature at 5.5 is bigger. It would be 5.25, I think, is more our normal. Where we want to stick to. 5.25 on this heater. And 5.25, 5.5, it ramps up fast, and then the pulse width algorithm takes over and pulls the heat down. The thermistor tells us what temperature we're at, and that keeps us regulated. We try to stay somewhere like 97 to 93. Stay in that range. You know, if we could just sit at 95, I think we'd be fine. That's 94 right there, and you can see there's 95. It went back up. 96, it's going back up. So it's going to oscillate between probably 97 and 95 right now, just with the fan speed that I have on constant. Yeah, it went up to 96. Now it's coming back down. So I'm going to say that's a good, very good test. I'm happy. We had leaks. I forgot to plug the damn lid, and I got that. And I did some other adjustments. And then the sealing, I put the gasket material down. That seals that up. I got one up front. I'm going to add some material there, and I think we're going to be good to get on with our testing. We'll make sure the puff and chuff algorithm is running well on this board, and then we'll go back to our old puff and chuff with 3 pots, looking at the kick, run, and the duration of that puff, duration between puffs, and that's how we'll design it. Nope, gotta go. Later.